Hello Virgos and welcome back to my channel. This is Awaken Healings with Jess. I'm here to bring you a unique healing message. I didn't plan on coming on camera this evening, so I'm a bit casual, excuse my appearance. But given the state of the nation and the situation that we're all going through, my spirit guides for the past day and a half have been sort of nudging me to come on camera and use the tarot. They have messages that they would like to share with you, and yeah, so far they've been really healing and really insightful, and you know, we'll just see what comes through. But yeah, it's a bit impromptu, so let's just flow with it and see what happens. All right, so I'm using the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck, and I'm gonna pull 3 cards, one representing you, second representing the situation, and a third representing the overall outcome or the advice from the spirit. All right, and as always, we'll go ahead and pull from the bottom of the deck just to sort of get an idea of what the overall energy of the reading is. But I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're staying grounded in this unique and stressful time period. It's certainly unprecedented, and it certainly has many of us thrown off, thrown off our game, thrown off course, thrown off kilter. It's definitely a new normal. And I do feel that once this situation concludes and we are able to return to normalcy, I don't think we're not going to be the same. We're not going to be the same. As human beings, we are going to be altered and different. But I believe it's going to be for the better. I really do. I really do. All right, so I have your 3 cards pulled. Let's go ahead and check in with bottom of the deck and see what the energy is for the reading. Knight of Cups. Yeah. I feel like Virgos, some of you are struggling with your emotions. I feel like you're struggling to make sense of the situation. I feel like there's a lot of fear and anxiety going on with the headlines and with reality, recent reality. Schools are closed, and they may be closed. There's some districts are saying 2 weeks. Some are saying the rest of the school year. Everyone's going to move to an online situation, right? For work, many of us are being told to work from home if possible. Others are just being told to go home, Some of us that are being told to go home, or some may be fortunate to still be receiving payment based on the situation and your employer. And then others, no, not so much. So I get the sense that there's a lot of fear and anxiety and stress surrounding us, There's also the headlines about the economy and us entering a recession, and we just recently entered a bear market, which we hadn't done so in a little over a decade. And today's headlines, the Dow tanked, and basically it resulted in eliminating all the gains that the economy had gained since Trump took over the White House. I believe the headline, if I'm remembering it correctly, talked about it eliminating the Obama gains. So it's important. It's big. This is certainly unprecedented times, and we are looking at a recession, and we may be looking at a depression situation. At least we're on trajectory for that. Let's hope that we don't go down that road. Yeah. Unemployment rate, I believe, right now is about 20%, and unemployment claims are certainly on the rise, and rightly so. Yes, I mean, we're being told to shelter in place, self-quarantine, socially distance ourselves, and not go to work. Well, what does the federal government expect, right? Stimulus packages are being pushed through Congress, and hopefully that will provide some relief for those who really need it. But there is a lot of stress. There is a lot of anxiety. There's just a lot of uncertainty going on right now. There is a new normal that we're all trying to adjust and regulate ourselves with. We're all just trying to make sense of it. It's most important for us to turn within and to really connect with ourselves here in our hearts on a soulful and spiritual level. Remember who we are at our essence, not what society has programmed us to believe, not what your job has programmed you to believe. Because I do get a sense that this is a weird do-over. It's a big reset for the globe. You know, this pandemic is hitting virtually everyone. And major countries and cities are now on 24-hour lockdown. It's forcing us to get creative with how we connect with one another, and it's giving us the gift of time, of quality time with our friends and our loved ones. So many of us, you know, before any of this happened, it was like working 40, 50, 60-hour work weeks, never having time for yourself, for your spouse, for your family, for your kids. And it's always like, the conversation was always like, well, you know, I just wish that I could find more time in the day to be with my family, you know, find more time in the weekends, or how can I compress my work schedule so I can create more free time? Well, now you have it, right? In a weird way, this is a gift, you know, for us to really come together with those who matter to us and reconnect and strengthen our bonds with them. Yeah. It's certainly unprecedented times, you know, and it's time for us to reevaluate who we are, right? This is the Nine of Pentacles in reversed. Virgo, I feel like this is your energy. Has a lot of Virgo energy associated with it. And when she comes in reverse, this is all about self-worth. I feel like you're taking time to not only look at your finances, but you're looking at your worth, your value. And I feel like you're asking yourself the questions of what's important to you right now? What really matters? And I think you're cutting out the bullshit. Really. It's like, all right, I don't have time for nonsense. I only have time for me and for my closest friends and family. The people who matter. And in addition to that, it's like, okay, what else matters? What do I want to do from here on out? How do I want to spend my time and resources? What am I going to do when we do get to go back to work? Will I get to go back to the same career, same job, or will I have to start off completely fresh in something new, something different? So I feel like Virgos, you're asking these hard questions, these big questions. But now's the perfect time to do it. It really is. You have all the time in the world, right? All the time in the world to really end something and start something new. And this is endings. This is the situation. Struggling, it's painful, you know, it's the ending of something. So it's definitely the ending of life as we know it, you know, like life how we used to live. Our previous sense of normalcy is altered, and that's over and done with. And I feel like at the conclusion of this pandemic, at the conclusion of all of this, we're going to be, I feel like as human beings, we're going to have more depth to ourselves. Because like, at least for the United States, we were so plastic, you know, and just so superficial and just focus on the dumbest shit. And it's like, no, who cares about what's going on in Instagram and how many followers you have and, you know, which celebrity said what? Who cares? What's important to you? Them or your family or your friends, your spouse, your children? You know, what's going on there? Put down the phones, put down the social media and connect And I feel like with this, it's not an exercise, but it feels like I feel like it is a spiritual exercise, you know, in a weird way, that the universe is like, all right, human beings, what's important to you? You know, what matters? That's what you need to be focusing on, is what matters and who matters. And I feel like this is the death of some sort, you know, the death of an ego, the death of an old way of life, so you can start again, right? And I feel like you're walking away from things that no longer matter, things that no longer serve you. I really do. You know, this card can also represent walking towards spirituality. We have a stained glass window. We have two people walking in front of a church. I feel like they're looking for hope, for inspiration, for spiritual guidance, for spiritual awareness, spiritual connection, you know. And this card is reminding us to be kind to one another. There's a lot of folks who aren't working, who are furloughed, who may not be earning income right now because they can't go to work. It's time for us to be our best selves and to extend helping hands where we can. And if we have extra food, give it to your neighbor who needs it. If you have extra hygiene supplies, toilet paper, give it to your neighbor or someone in need. If you have extra baby supplies, formula, diapers, clothing, you know, anything that the baby needs, help someone out. Help someone out. Yeah. But this is about coming into connection with our humanness, our essence, and thinking of others and being less selfish and more selfless, giving. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So it's, this is interesting. You know, this is certainly unprecedented, and it's all, this is the shine your light. It's all in how we look at the situation. It's all in how we perceive the situation. Are we taking on the victim mentality, or are we going to rise above it, you know, and flow with the changes and acknowledge that, okay, things are different and they're not really going to go back to normal. They will at some point, but it's not going to be for a while, right? I believe the health officials are talking about 45 days until the United States reaches the curve, or the peak of the curve. A lot can happen. Things can become more restrictive. So just sort of keep that in mind and kind of have a plan, you know, and just sort of prepare yourself mentally. Like, all right, well, if we do become more restrictive, what does that mean? Doesn't mean that the grocery stores are going to close. They're not. Our food supply is just fine. It's a matter of the trucks delivering the food to the grocery stores. And we all have to be responsible human beings and stop the panic shopping. We've got to. And the stores have to regulate how many, you know, how many items can we buy? Or what am I trying to say? Like if you're buying toilet paper, for example, you can't buy 10 packets. It's like you can buy 2. You can buy 2 and that's it. You know? So we're going to have to be more responsible, but life will continue on and it's going to be fine. All right. So from your Work Your Light card, the message is Unbound, coming in reversed. And this is releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So yeah, like I was saying, I feel like this is definitely the end of something. This is definitely the end of what your life used to be like and the beginning of something new. And you're releasing like old patterns, old contracts, you know, old lives. And it's like, all right, that's over and done with. Who are you evolving into? You know, what are you stepping forward into? Because this is all about forward movement. This is all about growth, expansion at a spiritual level. The lesson is being brought to us through a global pandemic, but this is meant for our highest good for all human beings, is what I'm getting. All right. And your next message is no. It's wait, postpone, pause, or say no. Yeah. So I feel like it's time for you just to really go within, pause, reflect, focus, regroup. It's okay to say no, right? It's okay to say no. But postpone and pause. You've got all the time in the world. We have been gifted with time. So there's no need to rush into anything. There's no need to force anything. Just allow things to flow and just be. Just be, right? So let's go ahead and pull from the Sacred Earth. And then I'm going to pull from the Nature's Whispers. And then we'll close with some angel messages. All right? Yeah, this is a time for us to just be as human beings. And just connect with spirit and our loved ones. And just really enjoy one another while we can. Because nothing is permanent. Nothing lasts forever. Oh, wow. Influence. It's time to be a positive influence in your community and in your circle of friends and family. Look at that. Look at that dove with the heart. Oh, I love it. You know, and she's so connected, you know, with her third eye chakra opening. Yeah, it's a beautiful card. You know, we've got the moon phases going across. We have a new moon in Aries coming up on the 24th. Spring equinox happening on Friday, the 20th. Beautiful time energetically. This is definitely a time of renewal, regrowth, rebalancing. Just flow with it and allow it to happen. But I love that. I love that influence. Oh my God, that dove and the heart. Geez, that is really just speaking to me. Peace, love, harmony, kindness. Really, kindness is what's going to get us through this. Kindness unto others and kindness unto yourselves. Yeah. And your Nature's Whispers message is love matters. Another dove. Look at that. 2 doves. Influence and love matters. Let love set you free. Let love lead the way. Love will not lead you astray. Yeah, that is gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Yeah, I'll bring it closer. So beautiful. What a beautiful message. Beautiful reading for you all, Virgos. Lovely. So let's go ahead and pull from the archangels. And then I'll pull a card from angel messages. And we'll conclude the reading there. All right. Yeah. I'm also hearing it's time to make peace with the past. Yeah. So maybe in a weird sense, what's happening is causing the past to rise up or the past to return. Maybe someone from the past is coming back for forgiveness or an apology or vice versa. So your archangel message is coming in from Archangel Michael. Remember who you are. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. Yes, love matters. You are very loved. Oh, I love it. So I feel like some of you Virgos may be going through a tough time and may feel like you are alone and isolated and maybe left out in the cold. Maybe you feel like you're not being supported. There's no one there to love you or appreciate you. But you are loved and appreciated. Okay? Connect, connect, connect. Right? With your friends, with loved ones. Through social media. Social media does wonders. You know, for some of you who may not be so well connected in your community, There's online communities where you can find like-minded people and connect. It helps. It works. So it's just something to think about. Yeah. All right. And your angel message is coming in from Celeste. A happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. Yeah. So with what's going on, you know, it may require that you may not be able to return to your regular line of work. You know, maybe with all that's going on, either you're having an epiphany moment saying, you know what, I now am motivated to, you know, do some online courses and get the certification to go into that field. You know, it might be something completely different. Or, yeah, but I feel like good things are on the horizon for you if you're able to focus your time and energy, you know, and you just sort of use this time, this downtime as a gift. But yeah, some of you may be moving on to different jobs. It's definitely positive. So a new home or a new place of employment. It's a happy move. Yeah. Awesome. I love it. It's a great way to end the reading on a positive note. All right. So comment below, share, like, and subscribe. Let me know how everything is working out for you. Take care of you all, Virgos, and we'll see you soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.